How's it going, everyone? Right now the weather is cool and the dirt is soft, so it's fairly easy to dig. So I decided I want to put up the cover for my beehives. It's a very simple design, so it will have 4 posts. So let's start digging. The dirt is quite soft, so it's fairly easy to dig. I just finished digging 2 holes. Let's go and put the posts in and see what they look like. The holes are about 2 feet deep. Those 2 posts looks pretty good, so let's go ahead and work on the other side. So I measure the top metal cover. It's 82.5 inches wide. I'm using 4x4 posts, and the top is 82.5 wide, and the posts gotta be 79 inches apart, and I'll put 2x4 on each side, so be 1.5 and 1.5, so that's like 3 inches right there. So 79 inches apart, and plus a 2x4 on each side of the post. This will add up to 82 inches. This way I have 1/4 of an inch on this side of plate that I can work with. If I make it exact, then I might have some issue if it doesn't fit correctly. I learned a little trick having the C-clamps and the ratcheting bar clamps is a real lifesaver. This allowed me to put the 2x4 in place, and using the clamp to clamp them down, make sure everything's level before I secure them down. Let's go ahead and do another check, make sure everything's level. Oh, by the way, there's another tip on make sure the posts are all the same height. One way to do it is go in and clamp or screw a piece of board on the side right here and make sure it's level. From here on, you can measure from the board going up to the top on each side to make sure they are the same height. Here I'm measuring one side that is 25.25 inch, and the other side gonna be 26.25. I want to have like a 1 inch from one side of the post to the opposite side, so this way it's have a slight angle to allow the rainwater to run to one side. Add dirt or remove dirt to raise or lower the post, or take it out and use a chop saw to take some out. So this way all your posts all line up correctly. Here is the measurement of the post. It's gonna have overhang on each side, 4 foot on each side, and the center gonna be 8 foot, and the height is 7 foot tall. I'm gonna have two 16-footer. Here's a little neat trick. Get two 2x4 blocks. Put one on top and one on the bottom. Secure the bottom one down. So one on each side. So when you put the board up there, it'll be the exact height. and this will make your job a lot easier. This helps me a lot because I'm working by myself. Once you have everything lined up, go ahead and fasten them by screws. Using the clamp really help preventing the two board from moving while you securing down the screws. I normally do one post at a time to make sure everything's lined up correctly. Right now we're down to our last pole, and we'll mix some concrete up and pour into that hole. I have measured this post a few times already, so it's pretty good, but I understand it will shift a little bit. So go ahead and put concrete in there for now, and the concrete is still soft and the adjustment can be made. Carefully wiggle the post back and forth to allow all the concrete to fill in all the nooks and crannies. Go and check for level. You can make minor adjustment by either tap with a hammer or just push the pole to the desired angle. So far the post is pretty plumb, and let's go ahead and measure the post. Make sure they're still in the right distance to make sure it's nice and square. Let's go ahead and put the 16-foot bore on the side and mark it up so we know where the screw gonna meet up with the post. While you're at it, those areas where the bore meets the post, put some screws in there. Same idea. Put a block on each side at the right height and line them up and clamp them down and screw them in. If minor adjustment is needed, just go and tap the board down or push it up slightly and fasten it down with the clamp again. By having a clamp, it helps you in a few ways. First, it allows your hands to be free when you clamp the board down, and the board now stays the way it's supposed to be. And also it presses the two boards together, so when you screw a screw in, it won't push the boards apart, leaving a gap in between. I'm going to repeat the same process on the opposite side. Okay, the other side is done. What I did here is I clamped a piece of block. Allow me to rest a piece of board on the block. Otherwise, I will need to find another helper to help me hold the board on the other end while I am securing the board on this end. On this side, I put the board flush all the way to the end. That metal roof that I have over there, I don't believe it is 16 foot long, so I think it's slightly shorter. So on this end, I'm gonna put the cross member in slightly. This way I can trim up some to make it fit if needed. While I put those heavy concrete in the wheelbarrow, I broke one of the handles. I got the roof framing all completed. It looks pretty straight, and all the posts is set in concrete. Now we just wait for them to dry, and the next step is to put the heavy metal roof on. I will probably put some extra brace on top, so this way when the wind blows it won't move around. So here it is, the finished painted garage door with the flag on it. And I'm gonna get my helpers to help me move the garage door toward the beehive area. It's a little bulky. So far they handle the garage door no problem. They got it over there, and so now they need to prop the garage door upright, and so it can slide into the small space here. I went ahead and secured two boards onto the post, and I put two clamps on it, and I also went ahead and fastened a screw to each board. Make sure they don't fall off. Now we're trying to align the garage door as close as we can to the top frame, and save these first. So now those clamps are in place. We can go ahead and lift the garage door and set it on those clamps. Now we can relax our hands and shake them out if needed, and resume putting the door up all the way to the top. I like it. It fit pretty well on the frame. This side, there's barely any gap in there. Slide right in. Let's go take a look at the other side. I know I need to trim the board a little bit on each side and bring the centerpiece out so it matches the opposite end. Let's go ahead and remove these two boards right here. I no longer need them. Get them out of the way. The gap on this side is a little bigger, so I need to trim the crossboard slightly, maybe like a quarter of an inch. I guess I can't call this a garage door no more. I gotta call it a roof now. So once I remove this board here, I'm gonna prop it up so I have room to work with to cut up the two side pieces. I'm gonna take off about a quarter of an inch, so this way when I bolt them together, the uh, the roof will fit flush to the corner on each side. Once again, I'm using my handy little clamp right there so I can put all the screws together. Making a little minor adjustment to the board. This eliminates the gap I had earlier. Now the last step I need to do is secure the metal roof onto the frame. It is important for you to clamp down the metal roof onto the frame as tight as you can, then secure the screw. Otherwise, you're going to have a roof that rattles when the wind blows on it. So you definitely don't want that. So here it is, all finished. So tell me what you think. Should I turn this into like a Slovenian like a bee house with the walls on the sides? So if you'd like to see more projects like this right here, click the like and subscribe, and I have more video upload later on. So thanks for watching. See you next time.